Welcome everyone. Don with SiteOne. I am joined by Kevin with Hunter. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
Kevin, it's all about sprays today.
That it
If
is.
I'm a contractor, I've got a lot of options when it comes to sprays. What should I be looking for? What makes the Pro Spray stand apart?
Right here, little things make a big difference. What you're holding in your hand is the industry's only directional flush cap, right?
How does that help me as a contractor?
Well, what goes up must come down, right?
True.
And if you've ever installed a spray head before, you notice that flush cap, it does what it's intended to do, get the debris out of the lateral pipe. But it usually goes straight up and then straight back down right into your hole, creating more mud, more of a mess. Directional flush cap allows you to make sure you're not spraying it on the house, a coworker, or into a hole, getting the water away from the point of construction. So small thing, but it does make a bit of a difference.
Okay.
As I work my way down the sprinkler head, what I'm holding in my hand here is the co-molded riser seal and the body cap. One thing I like to point out, the body cap is universal. So we make different increments of pop-up height, but this will thread onto any of them. And the co-molded riser seal is also universal. So we make 3 different options in terms of Pro Sprays, 1 co-molded riser seal. And what we really hang our hat on with this feature is that the co-molded riser seal is responsible for creating the seal between the body cap and the top of the head itself. So if the cap were to get loosened, this co-molded riser seal will come north, but it will not lose its contact with the inside diameter. So what that means in the field is you could have this cap loosened excessively, as much as a full revolution, and the head will not leak.
So if I'm a contractor, I generally have tight caps on my sprinklers when I install them. Where might this affect me in the field?
I get it, right? And you're right, nobody's gonna install a spray head with the cap loose. However, if you're in a seasonal market where you see freeze thaw, if you're in a situation where spray heads are on the edger hits it, a trimmer hits it, zero radius lawnmower makes a turn on it, and you know, vandals are out there, right? And they just love it with messing with sprinkler heads. So in the real world, it does happen.
Okay.
So we feel for that reason it's an important feature to have in the head. Threaded in, and it's up and operational. If you've ever tried to adjust a riser, you need a pair of pliers, not with the Pro Spray. The dual ratchet mechanism that we have in there, you can turn this all day. You're not stripping a single thing out inside of the head. So it's nice to know you don't have an additional tool in your pocket to make head adjustments.
Any other construction details I should be aware of?
You know, the body itself, we test this thing with water up to 600 pounds of pressure, and that's where we see the burst.
Well,
Okay.
600 is way higher than my standard residential job.
It is, but
Right.
we're excessive, right? And we want to make sure we put the most high quality product in your hand. So instances where you're winterizing, that's where you're going to see excessive air pressure, not 600 PSI, but if it ever happens, you know we got your back. Pressure regulation. If you see a Pro Spray that has a brown top, pressure regulation is a big deal. When we added pressure regulation to the Pro Spray years ago, it became the EPA WaterSense approved, very first spray body to ever have that credential. So we agree universally amongst all manufacturers, 30 pounds of pressure is the sweet spot to have the maximum in terms of efficiency of water. So that's why we go with the brown top here. Now, we also make it with a gray top. This is a quick visual identification for the contractor to know that it's pressure regulated to 40 PSI. Because at 40 PSI, that's where we see the maximum distribution uniformity of the MP rotator, which is our high efficiency nozzle. Beyond that, the little things make a big difference. I'm holding in my hands a check valve. This check valve can be retrofitted into the stem of any Pro Spray. Doesn't matter the pop-up height, with or without pressure regulation. By simply doing that, total top serviceable, no tool needed, put it back in the ground, and now it's going to trap all the water that was in the lateral pipe that would have went out via gravity to the lowest head, causing a potential hazard in the yard of puddling water, but also saving that water for the next irrigation site.
So you mentioned total top serviceable. You mean I can retrofit existing sprinklers with any of these options?
If you are a service tech, you love Hunter spray heads because everything's universal and we all play friendly with each other. The final thing I want to leave you with is what we call flow guard. So flow guard is an option so that if the top of your sprinkler head was to lose its nozzle or perhaps get broken in some way, shape, or form, the flow guard chokes down and restricts the water to a half a gallon per minute, which a byproduct of that is that it shoots a 10-foot geyser of water into the air, so it's easily identifiable by people to know, hey, we have a broken sprinkler head over there. Without the use of that, Don, you could see double digits in gallons per minute water flow out of that stem. So all four are very noteworthy ways of conserving water and bringing that to existing pro sprays that have been in the ground for 20 years.
So Kevin, you are certainly an advocate for water management, water conservation. It seems like we've got a lot of options here to let our contractors be better at what they do and be profitable while doing it.
100%. That is our goal. We want profitable partners and we want to conserve water.
Kevin, thank you for being here today. You're obviously passionate about water management. You're passionate about customers. What's the key takeaway for the Pro Spray?
Reliability, durability, retrocompatibility. As you can see, we pack a lot of horsepower under that hood, and knowing that a contractor can take that horsepower, go to an existing project that has Hunter, and easily give their customers the next evolution of water savings is a pretty big deal. If you haven't tried Hunter Pro Sprays yet, give them a try. You will not be disappointed.